For decades, Ferrari built some of the most beautiful cars in the world. Low, wide, aggressive. Cars that looked fast even when they were standing still. Then Ferrari revealed the Luce. And almost overnight, the internet exploded. People called it ugly. Some said it didn't even look like a Ferrari. Others claimed it could damage the brand forever. So here's the question. If Ferrari has some of the best designers and engineers on earth, why would they intentionally create a car that so many people dislike? Did Ferrari make a huge mistake? Or is there something everyone is missing? To understand the answer, we first need to understand what makes a Ferrari look like a Ferrari. For decades, Ferrari followed a simple formula: long hood, low roof, wide stance. Every line on the car was designed to create emotion. When people saw a Ferrari, they instantly knew it was special. That identity became one of Ferrari's greatest strengths. Then came the Luce, and everything changed. The proportions were different. The shape was different. The overall look felt unfamiliar. And for many fans, unfamiliar immediately became ugly. But was it really bad design? Or was it simply different from what people expected? When most people say a car is ugly, they're usually reacting to proportions. Not details, not headlights, not wheels. Proportions. Classic Ferraris sit extremely low to the ground. They have dramatic silhouettes. They look like machines built for speed. The Luce doesn't follow that formula. It's taller, more practical, and shaped around a completely different type of platform. To Ferrari enthusiasts, it doesn't instantly trigger the same emotional response, and that's where the criticism began. Many people weren't comparing the Luce to other EVs, they were comparing it to decades of Ferrari history, and that's a comparison almost any new design would struggle to win. Here's what most people don't realize. Ferrari wasn't trying to build another supercar. They were trying to build an electric Ferrari, and that's a completely different challenge. Electric vehicles change everything. The battery pack is massive. It sits underneath the floor. The cooling systems are different. The weight distribution changes. The entire architecture changes. Many of the design choices that worked perfectly on gasoline-powered Ferraris simply don't work the same way on an EV. So Ferrari's engineers faced a difficult question. How do you create something new without losing what made Ferrari special? And there was no perfect answer. No matter what they built, someone was going to hate it. At first glance, the Luce looks like Ferrari chasing the EV trend, but the real reason goes much deeper. Ferrari understands that the automotive world is changing. A new generation of buyers is arriving. Many of them grew up around technology, electric cars, and digital experiences. Their expectations are different. They want performance, but they also want innovation, comfort, technology, and practicality. Ferrari knows its future customers may not think exactly like today's Ferrari owners. The Luce is an attempt to bridge those two worlds, the world Ferrari came from and the world Ferrari is heading toward. But this strategy comes with a risk, a very big risk, because Ferrari doesn't just sell cars. Ferrari sells identity. It sells heritage, passion, racing history, and exclusivity. That emotional connection took decades to build. If Ferrari changes too slowly, it risks falling behind. But if Ferrari changes too quickly, it risks losing the people who made the brand legendary. And that's the challenge Ferrari faces today. Not engineering, not technology, identity. But here's what many people don't realize. EVs force designers to play by completely different rules. Traditional Ferraris are built around an engine. A large engine sits in the front. That engine determines the shape of the hood, the height of the car, and many of the proportions people associate with Ferrari. An EV doesn't have that engine. Instead, it has a massive battery pack underneath the floor. That battery takes up a huge amount of space. As a result, the car often needs a higher floor, a different roofline, different weight distribution, and different aerodynamic solutions. In other words, the design isn't changing because Ferrari forgot how to make beautiful cars. The design is changing because the technology underneath the car has changed. Ferrari's engineers weren't asking, how do we make another Ferrari? They were asking, how do we make an electric car feel like a Ferrari? And that's a much harder problem to solve. So, is the Luce actually ugly? Maybe, maybe not. Design is subjective, but that's not the most important question. The real question is whether Ferrari can successfully enter the electric future without losing its soul. Because the Luce isn't just another new car. It's a test of whether Ferrari can evolve while still remaining Ferrari. Whether they succeeded or failed, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the Luce isn't controversial because Ferrari's engineers don't understand design. It's controversial because they're trying to solve a problem Ferrari has never faced before. How do you build a Ferrari in a world that's moving beyond the engine? What do you think? Did Ferrari make a mistake? Or are people judging the Luce too early? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more automotive documentaries.